made on that.
Yeah. And that's my favorite color, the Jordan 1, and I don't have it.
Check. I never had one of those. Check. Yeah. I never had that.
Yo, cause I'm about to ask you, do you get sneakers now? Okay, hold up. I'm just wait. I'm gonna wait.
Okay, take that one for now.
This one?
This one? Mic check. It's not this, I'm 58, but it looks too.
Yeah, I think it's my cable, I think. This is like a random mic I got from Highly Unique back in the day.
Oh, shout out to Highly Unique.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was like our little internet radio. It was not our little radio. It was Highly Unique Radio is an internet radio station that was created by Chris Gotti, Irv Gotti's brother, and another business partner. I just remember Chris Gotti because he was like a reputable name.
And that's a big deal.
Yeah, we recorded there for probably about a year, and then these things happened. We grew, people grew.
Yeah.
I think they had a situation they got out of it, but they're no longer in the space that they were in. We kind of studio surfed, for lack of better terms, for
so
like
we evolved
2 months,
since then
and then we
inherited our own resources.
Yeah. All I needed was this to be able to record multiple, because I have an inbox interface to record 2 things, but I needed this one to record multiple. So
you got this routed into the inbox?
Yeah, because this is all the multi
Wait, where's your interface at?
Right there. I just have it over there so Shakira can have the
Because I have.
Yeah.
Dope shit, and you just come out of there with 2 in the, okay, dope shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is my podcast, guys. I'm DJ Sip.
Danny Vita.
Yes, we're here with Sir Foster.
What's up?
You know, it's crazy. We were having like a little chitty chat before. We're getting real metaphysical. It's like, people don't know that, like, we get a little nerdy here. We talk about the third eye, the chakra, and shit like that.
Absolutely.
And man, I've been watching all these documentaries on Disney Plus for like, it's funny. Y'all got Disney Plus?
I didn't get Disney Plus.
I was just talking about it tonight. I'm gonna have to get it by this weekend.
$7, my nigga. You go to Starbucks?
I already got Netflix.
Oh, you don't need a journey. You don't drink Starbucks. I'm sorry. You don't do sugar out there. No sugar, no bread. Yeah.
I
do eat bread, but basically.
I can see what it is. It's Disney Plus, man. It's amazing. They have this one Mayan documentary series I've been watching. Like, it kind of led to what we were talking about like pyramids and like Mount Musa and shit like that. And like, I'm interested. Like, I'm happy that you're a historical buff.
Awesome.
Please, phone number.
Yeah, you don't keep on.
You just grab some random. Hey, if you can just grab.
We got you.
A random clip here. A minute here, 30 seconds there.
I got you.
Push the red button.
So we're gonna get a little started. Get talking to you. I spoke to you earlier. Ian. Sir Foster, guys, ladies and gentlemen, you're quite the Renaissance man. From when I get gathered in a quick 20 minutes before talking to you. Started as a not traditionally learned piano player.
Yeah, well, so basically.
Or did you self-taught?
Hold on.
Wait, it's being weird.
Hold on, yeah. So let's back up. So I dropped my phone.
Oh God, you gotta Bruce and talk.
And I gotta make an appointment because my selfie cam on my iPhone XS Max no longer works.
We'll make sure we give you the clips.
So
How about that?
We'll give you some shit.
We got you.
Yeah.
You got the team.
And I just have been hesitating to make the appointment with
It's okay. Priorities. You're booked and busy. But let me start this off though.
Sorry, we have to just for you, for Apple's sake, we blur out that bleep of you dropping the phone.
That A word.
Don't tell them that at the Genius Bar.
Oh.
Don't tell them you dropped your phone.
Thank you. Yeah. We're gonna cut this in the editing, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Ready?
No, we go.
Okay, so I want to tell a story first of how I met this gentleman.
Okay.
So back in the day, of course, I was dating this really big DJ who's a big DJ now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We told stories. And I was on Craigslist at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm a loyal chick. I like to find jobs for all my people. And I was on Craigslist, just looking for stuff. And I saw a guy that said he needed someone to mix on his records. Right? That's literally what it said.
Like engineering?
Like scratch.
Like scratch.
Oh.
On his records.
I wanted a DJ to scratch on a record I was doing.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So this is we're saying 4 years ago now?
Man, it's been a long time.
Yeah, about 4.5 years ago, right? So I hit him up, we made contact, I sent him, the resume, information, all right, just pull up, right? So he pulls up, we talk, he talks about where he's from, where he came from, and he specifically said, yeah, you know, it was a guy that got me gigs down here. You know, I was working. That guy was my father.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out Mr. Green, man.
Shout out to Mr. Green. He's come on the show.
We had him on here before
a few
too.
times.
Dope.
So this is very full circle, you know. But yeah, like they chopped it up, and then now this man, Sir Foster, is the hands, the sound of the Atlanta Hawks games,
Really?
the All-Star games,
Yeah.
the UGA games.
Yeah. That's me.
Get the fuck out of here, like.
This guy, he's playing all Tekashi 6ix9ine hits.
Charge! Really?
Yeah.
I love the niggas, man.
He's that nigga.
Cause it's like, it's not a track. And the music sometimes gets a little distracting for the players and everyone.
Yeah.
I like how it's like a freestyle. It's kind of like a cover of music.
Yeah.
And like a regular electronic keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard.
He has it set up. He goes in. You also play the saxophone.
Yeah.
He gives a full show. And the fact that I was able to meet him, knowing that he knew my father prior to me in my existence, that was just amazing.
That's real tight.
You know.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into it. Other than, of course, my father, what brought you to Atlanta? Like, where'd you start?
So I was always attracted to Atlanta. I was born in Fort Valley, Georgia, and
Okay.
Fort Valley is it's a small town 2 hours south.
Jerry Rice!
So it's a small town 2 hours south of here. And
He
so
went to Fort Valley State, right?
Mississippi Valley. I think he. No. I think
Fort Valley State. It's HBCU, right?
yeah.
Fort Valley State HBCU, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Jerry Rice.
He went to
Continue, though.
yeah, but anyway, so you know, we were always influenced by Atlanta. You know, no matter what mainstream media told us we were supposed to be listening to, it was all about Social Def. It was all about booty shake music. It was all about Outkast, Goody Mob. The Miami bass sound was here. We did 8 Ball and MJG, 3 6 Mafia, UGK. Like that's who we listened to. And so you know, all the Atlanta influence came to Fort Valley because Fort Valley State, I would say 50% of the student body there is from Atlanta. So all the homecoming concerts would have all the hottest artists from Atlanta.
Right.
The fashion from Atlanta. So like I was always attracted to Atlanta because it was just always so much movement. And when I decided I wanted to be a full-time musician, you know, it was the only place I was gonna go. You know, I never thought about New York, LA, anything. It was like, look, Atlanta's right there.
Right.
I'm going there. And you know, when I came here, that was at the time that Atlanta was really starting to basically run the rap scene. So now, like our hidden gem that we always knew about, everybody was starting to know about it.
Yeah.
And
It's like you said to me earlier, it was around like 2006.
yeah,
Like you said, it's a real pivotal year in hip hop in general. Like,
yeah,
lots is changing. The
Bring
franchise
some to
boys,
the table.
D4L.
yeah. What's
I'm
up?
gonna bring
You
something
know
to
what
the
I'm
table
saying?
real quick.
The franchise boys, D4L, like Archie, like all the niggas.
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
John.
Like yeah,
So that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I graduated high school here, so I know exactly what it was like that. Like,
Yeah.
TI, running shit.
yeah. And it's so
Still
crazy.
yeah.
So you
crazy.
did you do like marching band like in your high school, college?
So I did marching band in high school.
Okay.
So in high school, I actually used to write arrangements for the marching band.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my band director was like my hero. He played saxophone, and he was dope. He was really great. His name was Mr. Lindsay, and he would handwrite our band arrangements. So I just thought that's how you were supposed to do it. So I started handwriting band arrangements. It would take me hours. And you know, the computer programs weren't really great like that.
Yeah.
But I would handwrite band arrangements. The first one I wrote was "Who Run It" by 3 6 Mafia.
Yay!
I remember I heard the band play that.
Yeah.
It's because it's all brass at first.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did
Okay.
that. I didn't play in the band in college. I played jazz band for 1 year, but in college I was more so trying to get paid for music. So
Nice.
I was playing in clubs. I was playing at people's weddings. I had met a band. Some guys who were much older than me, and they would like travel around, and they had a circuit they would go to and play in different gigs and stuff. And so I was doing that. So like,
That's real though.
yeah. So college was interesting because like I'd be in class Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, gigging.
Yeah,
And,
I can't even, I'm so jealous because like one of my bucket list things are like when I'm like 50, 60 years old, I want to have like a little salsa band or some shit at home.
That's lit.
Yeah.
It's like just play instruments, just like go to little restaurants and bars.
Little jam session.
That shit, when I watch dudes rock like that, that shit is so tight.
That was my life.
And I'm like, you know, when you see dudes at like the restaurants cooking, like they kick it, they work during the week, they get to play with their homies.
Yeah.
That right there is amazing, man.
Yeah, that was my life.
That's tight.
So you got to Atlanta from college, which was it Mr. Green that got you here, or was you like, obviously I know you're already gonna come to Atlanta, but what was the first gig in Atlanta?
So I think the way I met your father, it's been years now.
Yeah.
So there was this dude that went to Fort Valley State like 15 years before me. So he was much older than me, but he played at the church that I used to go to.
Okay.
And he knew me. So like he saw that I was kind of playing the piano, and he used to play the piano, so he saw me kind of following in his footsteps, so he just looked out for me. And he put me onto this corporate band. This corporate band is like, y'all heard of that?
Like drum, like is it like drum corps type, or is
corporate
it like
bands are like 5 and 6 piece bands. They travel and they play everybody's sessions. They play everybody's corporate events.
Oh, they have money.
Got you.
So he used to play with one of them. So he just reached out to me and put me onto one of them. And the sound man, your dad came to Macon to play at this club I used to play at called the Jazz Place. That's where I first met him because he was a hellacious keyboard player. And I was a keyboard player. I'm a keyboard player, so I was like, yo, this nigga's going in.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I met your dad. But then when I got to
is a hellacious keyboard.
It's a hellacious keyboard. Yeah, but sorry. Yeah. Your dad's a hellacious keyboard.
He's still here.
Yeah. So then when I was in that corporate band, the sound man of that corporate band worked with your dad. Did your dad play with Peebo? Okay, so
Peebo Bryson?
Yes. Yes,
so,
my dad played.
God damn.
Yeah, so sound man of the band that I was in. Yeah.
Right, he was talking about the previous episode. We was talking about Peebo Bryson.
Peebo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the sound man of the band that I was in did sound for people, so he knew Willie Green well.
Okay.
So that's how that connection happened.
Okay.
So it was random, you know what I mean? Because I had mentioned that. I feel like I had mentioned that like a couple of months before it or something like that. And then it was just that synergy. It just happened.
Yeah.
So but basically, I was gonna come to Atlanta no matter what. I didn't know what I was gonna do when I got here.
Okay.
And then when I found the corporate band scene, I was like, okay, that's what I'll do, and I'll try to figure it out from there.
Okay.
I got a question. So let's backtrack. We're in Atlanta. Why don't we go back to Fort Valley? You were born in Fort Valley, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Did you go to school? Did you go to college, or did you just go to music?
I went to Fort Valley State.
Okay.
But he was working.
What'd you study?
I was a mass communications major.
Shout out to my mass
I actually had a concentration in PR.
Because every black mother's like, nigga, yeah, you can do that, but get a college degree.
Yeah. Me and my parents. So we had multiple discussions. So I can tell you this: Kanye West, the college dropout.
Oh, talk about it.
A lot of parents hated that shit.
So this is a true story. So that shit came out in February. The November before that.
04 or some shit like that, right?
The November before that, I went to my dad's house, my parents' house, but I was talking to my dad instead. I don't understand why I'm in college. I don't understand why I'm here. I don't like any of the stuff I'm studying. I'm not doing what I really want to do. These classes don't make any sense. I took biology in high school. Why am I taking it in college? Why am I doing this? And I just went this rant, this on and on. Like, I don't understand why I'm here. My dad sat there, just looked at me, right? Kanye West comes out with a college dropout and says the exact same shit that I had just got through saying. And I was sitting there in my car like, holy shit. I have never in my life heard a rapper say the shit I was thinking, because I was not a street nigga. So when they were talking about trapping and keys and shit, I don't know what the fuck that shit is. But when this nigga was talking about college, he was like, yo, people just keep getting more and more degrees and just keep getting smarter. And you ain't doing shit with it. And I was like, nigga, you right. I couldn't believe it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, he was definitely a big influence and just part of the reason I'm still a Kanye fan now. Because at one point,
I'm still a Kanye fan.
Because at one point,
talk about this a lot, actually.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this later, for sure.
But at one point, that nigga was really like speaking for me, and I was like,
As
yo,
everyone else.
You know what I mean? Like, so
he was the J. Cole before J. Cole.
Yeah.
He is the voice of a generation.
Yeah, he really was. So not anymore, but he was. And I gotta use words.
Not going to Joel Osteen's church. We'll talk about that later.
The church is what?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But so anyway, yeah, I basically when I was in college, I mean, I kind of look, you're in class at 10 o'clock and you're in class at 1 o'clock. I had keyboards, I was practicing, I was trying to make beats. I didn't really know how to do it yet, but I was trying to do that. I listened to hella music.
What were you using to make beats at the time?
The fucking keyboard. So
like the built-in synchronizer?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I in college I was strictly a live musician. So all I cared about was having the biggest badass keyboard.
Were you rocking like the Korg Triton?
I had
like
a Yamaha, Yamaha.
So I had both of them. I had the Korg Triton LE, which was a 61 key keyboard.
That shit's like a fucking spaceship.
Yes. First time I turned the bitch on, I thought it was a spaceship. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I had a Motif 7.
Oh, the Motif
7.
Yeah.
Motif is 5.
Yeah, and I had that shit in college, and I was sitting there.
These keyboards are the size of fucking like twin beds and shit.
My Motif I almost wouldn't fit in my car.
Yeah, that's
Like it was that big.
Okay.
And I paid $2,500 for that shit with my refund check in college.
That's a great investment.
At that time, yeah.
How much money has that yielded? I'm sure
God.
tenfold.
Do you still have both of those?
I still have. So the Triton doesn't work anymore,
Okay.
but I still have that Motif.
Oh, Motif goes.
I still have that
Long
Motif.
time.
Were you influenced by like the Neptunes when you bought that Triton?
Mm.
I know. That's the only reason I know about that keyboard. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what Chad used to use specifically to like produce a lot of the Neptunes, all that early shit.
Yeah. So back then, I really didn't understand the production side of it. So like I didn't watch producers to see what they were using. I just knew the niggas that's around here that play keyboards. These are the badass keyboards that they have. And I was more of a live musician than a producer.
Okay.
So I just looked at like that's the best keyboard. I gotta get it. You know what I mean? And I didn't understand like okay the producers using different sounds and all this. I learned that way later. You know what I mean? But that's what influenced me. It was just I want the best keyboard. This is the best keyboard. Cool. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Well, that's real tight, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, let's fast forward back into Atlanta now. Since
Yes.
2006, you're playing, you're doing your thing. Did you have like a first quote unquote big break?
Yeah. What was like that moment, or before, of course, where you are now? Think about it, because I know you've done several All-Star games, my guy.
Yeah, I gotta say, Atlanta, when I first moved here, it was kind of hard.
Yeah.
Backwards. They're backwards. No, I like it. I'm just talking about my talk shit about backwards.
He talks shit.
Yeah, but when I first moved here, it was kind of hard. Getting into, like, I was playing in really small clubs, and, you had to play, they don't pay a lot of money, so you might have to play 3 or 4 times a week just to survive.
How many hours per, outing?
Back then, now you're only paying like an hour and a half. Back then it was like 3 hours. They want you to play.
That's fatigue for.
Oh my God.
Cause you're playing with foot pedals too.
Yeah.
It's a full body.
Yeah.
You're giving a lot of energy for live music. I remember when I used to go to I used to go to clubs when I was 14, being honest.
Yeah.
When I was younger. But my dad, the Catfish, they used to be on Ponce. And I'm not even sure how my mom used to let me go. But I used to sit in the back and I would watch my dad, but I didn't understand the whole vibe of live music and live presentation. It's remarkable when I've seen my dad rehearse very few times, but my dad's heavy on improv. Not to put out a secret, but a while ago it was reading music wasn't big with some artists. It was pure talent.
Yeah.
So, it was amazing to watch that then, and I would have people, especially women, come up and be like, yeah, your dad's really good. And I'm like, really?
Hey, you know the vibes.
Right. okay, girl.
Oh, hey, you such and such's daughter?
He's such a mama.
You speak from experience, right?
No, I'm just fucking so shit like that.
But he's expressed that with us. But it's interesting, for you came. You had to get that vibe, get in the club, stay extra long hours, possibly drink drinks that you didn't want to drink just to feel the vibe.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward. What was the break?
The break was,
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sitting on Craigslist.
Craigslist.
I use that site a lot.
Yes.
And I see the randomest shit ever. It said Atlanta Hawks are looking for an organ player.
Wow. On Craigslist.
On Craigslist. So I was like, and literally that day, I didn't have shit else to do. So I was like, well, okay, I'll click this one. I clicked it. It was like, if you're interested, click this link to go to our website. I went to that website. That application was 15 pages. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. And something like a little voice in my head was like, nah, you need to do this. Do this now. So I did it. I ain't had nothing else to do. And then I got to another one. They wanted me to attach something. I was like, I'm not doing this shit. And some said, nah, do it now. So I did it. Sent it off. 2 days later. And that started the chain of events. 2 days later, I get a call. Yo, we're interested in you. Come for an interview. You know, a couple of days after that, I go for an interview. And when I walked out of that interview, I kind of was like, yo, I think I'm going to get this. You know what I mean? Week later, I got to play at a preseason game. That was my audition. I remember I played the first song. They were like, okay, Frost, just play something.
Yes.
I played
What
Lady
was the
Gaga. First song I ever played was Lady Gaga, Poker Face.
Yes!
And somebody came on their headphones and they were like, yo, I really like this guy. And so, you know, a week later I got offered the job and I took it. And, you know, I'm playing in these super small clubs with, I mean, half the time the club didn't even have no stage. So the audience was just right up on you.
Speaker.
So
here.
I never understood how, like, the stuff you go through can influence you later. But, like, so I was playing in those clubs. I got used to the crowd being right up on me. Well, I don't know if you guys know anything about stadium organ players, but usually you're in a press box. You're way the fuck up high.
You talking niggas don't really see you.
Yeah, niggas don't see you.
You buy Ryan Cameron and shit.
Yeah, so...
Yo, Tigger. Big Tigger now, right?
So when I first started with the Hawks, they had me miles above the stadium. Like, literally, the floor is way down here, and I was way the fuck up in the top corner of the stadium.
You have really good vision.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. and I told him, I was like, look, you know, I'm used to being around people, so I wanted to move further down. So I was the first person that the Hawks actually let play the organ and sit in the crowd.
Wow.
And I would have people sitting around me, and then, you know, people, like, it got to be a thing, because they put me in a section where, like, they didn't sell those seats. So it got to be a thing. People would always come down there and sit beside me.
Yes, guys, they don't sell tickets with the Hawks sometimes. It's okay. Go ahead.
So then they, you know, so then they kept moving me closer to the people, and that's part of how that evolved. But anyway, that was the break.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the break.
Okay. So, wow. Okay, that's big.
What year was that when did you start with them? Like over 10 years ago?
It's been, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So you were there, you seen like ownership change and shit.
I saw the ownership change, yeah.
Yeah.
When I got there, it was the Atlanta Spirit owners.
wow.
Yeah, that homie was, you know, he was real problematic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. You don't have to speak on it, but you know how he got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it was
He got Donald Sterling, not as bad, but he got that nigga the fuck up out of
yeah.
there.
Right.
So it was the Atlanta Spirit ownership. We had Joe Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
When y'all fuck, yo, alright, I'm a Knicks fan, right?
Let's get
So I'm
into
gonna
it.
keep it a buck with you. I'm so sorry for the Hawks fans. Because Joe Johnson robbed the league with broad daylight, no mask.
Yeah.
Jamal Crawford was carrying that team the whole year.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
I always used to feel, yo, if Joe's a real nigga, he gonna just break off, he gonna break off Jamal Crawford, but yo, my nigga, you doing your shit, man.
The Knicks have their own problems right now. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna let you.
It'd be
Actually,
like,
matter of fact, Ant's about to pull up, so we about to have a real Nick talk. I'm actually gonna do a quick little break.
yeah.
We'll do a camera reset, and then we're gonna go get Ant out the door, alright?
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll be back, y'all.
All right.
This in depth for the last like 5 to 10 minutes, and like, yeah, we from Atlanta, we may be a little partial to this, but like, nigga, Future 6 years ago? Bruh. 6 years ago, Future was that nigga, man. He was to the point where Drake had to come and ride the wave.
Facts.
What it's time to be alive.
Facts.
Think about that. Let that sink in.
So, Hot New Hip Hop, which is a credible source, right? He did an interview with Wendy Williams. He did record a reference track with Detail for Beyonce's hit "Though Good Morning Is Not It." I demoed the song with the producer, demoed it first for her to listen to. She done the record, she was saving the record.
No, you good.
Yeah, playing the thing.
Yeah.
Playing the thing, yeah.
Holy
Yo,
shit.
so Beyonce sourced it out though.
This
So
is
they
very-
rewrote the lyrics, but
A couple words.
But you need, I mean,
Same damn song.
some of the Beyonce back for you just need that. I've been drinking.
Ape
That's
shit
the
with
hit.
Migos. We needed that.
But I've been drinking is the tagline. I've been drinking watermelon.
wow. He's sitting.
Bro, this shit dropped? Fuck.
You feel me? If he dropped this shit, yo,
He should.
niggas used to bump this.
Yo, Beyonce probably gave him that check though. That's real.
Of course.
I would hope so.
I would've
'cause
shut the fuck up, too.
This nigga didn't. Oh my gosh, this nigga
So
dropped.
you gotta send this to me.
This is hard.
Oh, he look, he about to
That
break
shit hard
the
as
game.
fuck.
But hold on. Also, I don't know if y'all were familiar when Future was with Ciara.
Yeah, that was
That
it.
was also the rumor that he was responsible
Like
for
body party.
riding
He is
her
responsible for
hits.
his
Her
part, yeah.
hits. Future's a hit maker.
Damn, maybe
Y'all
that's-
put some motherfucking respect on that nigga's name.
Hey,
Fucking-
despite how many kids he got,
Hey, you can have on Monday. I want on the weekend.
she a part of my collection.
She put in my collection. I love that video, nigga. Future's to go, man.
Bro, facts.
Crazy, crazy.
Definitely.
All right,
You
we
know,
still got.
I'm not gonna take long. This is random story. I actually interviewed Future years ago, like
Really?
10 years ago.
Look
It
at.
was like racks on racks on racks time.
Look at the future. Look at the future
Ooh,
facts
YC.
coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember I had a homie who was going to Emory, and he was doing WMRE, the radio show at Emory, and randomly I met a lot of people like that, like Cannon and all shit. I'm 20, 21 years old, and Future comes in. He's like still regular nigga from the hood
Pluto nigga.
with some random chick. He's got
The
like
bodies.
dusty jewels and shit like that.
Meathead.
And I'm like, I don't know what to talk to him about. 'Cause I'm like, this isn't YC. And then,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And then like a month or two later, Tony Montana came out.
And you never thought about YC again.
And then that nigga put up the video for Tony. He did the right, put up the big budget video for Tony Montana. And
And we,
it was over.
well, let me not say all of us, but 80% of the North hated that song.
Really?
That's when we first started getting acclimated to what the new sound of music. Yeah, I remember that. It wasn't a vibe, really.
But yeah, man, Future, come back.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And Future, please keep writing for female artists, please.
However, Future,
Yeah, music is
please
amazing.
get a vasectomy or work
The
on.
irony of that too is like
Okay.
that interview got set up by Rocco. This is back when Rocco was popular. I'm gonna do
That's
this.
wild.
And like,
Shout out to clearing the deals.
Because I remember they settled for like residuals
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you know
check.
back end shit, but
but then he got the other deal with Jive. So Future's chilling. He like
oh yeah,
50
yeah,
Oh, he's
he's
fine.
far from he's far
He's
from
fine.
yeah. I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
allude to that.
He even got kids bop.
Yeah, man. So Future will remember that story if I talk to him. Like, oh shit, nigga. And he,
So
yeah. Continue.
crazy. So speaking of Future, speaking of making hits, speaking of doing features, let's get into. You have an album.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, I have an album. So I
Yeah.
just released my new album. It's called Stadium Music,
Yeah.
and I wanted to make music that.
It got a little hot. Sorry. He just got hit by like
Yo.
both sides. Welcome to the kickback. I'm so sorry.
So Nori, fuck you, nigga. We outsmoking Nori and the niggas.
Yo, we are the smoke champs.
Smoke champ.
Nori,
Smoke champs. Come
I'm
here.
sorry, Nori.
Oh, yeah,
EFN don't even smoke. Y'all niggas. I come to Miami. Y'all niggas don't want it.
Yeah, y'all
So-
don't know
But
smoke.
please.
Yeah, so I wanted to make music that tied into what I did, and also like that's just where I am right now. You know what I mean? That's fun to me. But I'm a live instrument player. I play keyboard and saxophone, so I wanted to make music that I could also play those instruments on. So if you listen to those songs, this is not, a lot of times when you hear saxophones or live instruments, the first thing you think is jazz. Shout out to jazz, I love it. It's
Hey.
black music. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I wanted to make on this. I wanted to, yeah, something like that. I wanted to make music that like could be played in the stadium that I could also play my instruments on. Because that's essentially what I do at the Hawks games and things like that.
For real,
So-
basically. You want to make that stadium shit.
I wanna make this
100,000 rocket
stadium
to.
shit. Hey, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So if you go check out my new album, it's called Stadium Music. I think you'll really like it. I would love to hear y'all's reaction to it.
It's on DSPs.
It's on everything.
I'm about to
It's
get
on everything. And I got some big time guests on the
I was
album.
just about to ask you. So can you like just let them know?
Yeah, so I was very
Do
fortunate.
toot real quick.
Okay, so I was very fortunate to work with a lot of Atlanta legends. And a lot of talented up and coming artists.
Oh, shit.
Artists you may not have heard of, such as my man Jay Wonder,
Oh shit.
Asia Sparks from Philly,
Mm-hmm.
Tommy King came in, he's amazing. Willie Hen's making a lot of noise right now. He's
I'm
on my
familiar with
album.
Willie Hen. Yeah.
Willie Hen is the greatest live performer that I've seen. That's an underground rapper that not everybody knows yet. He's
Mhm.
literally the greatest. So shout out to him. But I also You know, I had Bone Crusher on.
Yeah, I was about to get to the legends for you.
Yeah.
First track, Bone Crusher, P. Troy.
Pastor Troy.
Ooh,
Pastor
Same.
Troy is the biggest. Is one of the biggest.
that's one of my
influences
heroes.
he's
Vice
one of my
versa.
heroes, basically. And you know, and we actually shot a video for that
Yeah.
song. Me, Bone Crusher,
Whoa.
and Pastor Troy.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Also, you got Mr. Colin Paul, Bubba Sparks.
I got Mr. College Park. It was a true honor to work with him.
A-Town legend.
I mean, you know, and
Posted up
I learned so much. I learned so much from him.
You got a lot of money early.
Now, one of the names that you're not gonna see on the feature list, but the guy who helped me co-produce, I would say 50% of the album and engineered all of it. His name is Coach Cheese. Coach Cheese produced "I Know You See It" for Young Jock. So you know what I'm saying. So we really tied in. Sammy.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So Sammy, you know, he had he was a child star or whatever. Sammy is an incredible singer.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to overstate this. Literally, I saw this nigga live and was just like,
Yeah.
jaw dropping, like, wow. Had to work with him. He was mad cool. Knocked the session out in like an hour. It was nothing. But he is an incredible singer. It's effortless for him. It was amazing, experience to work with him. Laura Vernice is on there. She's an incredible singer. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. But
There's one person I want to speak about.
Okay.
As a rap head. Is this Stick? Like
From Dead Prayers is bigger than hip hop.
This is Stick Man.
Stick. So me and Stick.
I was like, oh shit. I used to see Stick a lot in Lennox Mall.
Yeah.
He's a big runner, a health guy.
Yeah.
A lot of juicing, vegan, like some shit like that.
Yeah.
Nice guy, man.
Yeah.
How'd you meet up with him?
I met him at the gym.
Yeah,
I was about to ask, did you meet him at the game? Like, did you meet these
That's
people at the
believable.
games? Like, how's this work?
Some of them. So I met. Excuse me. Damn.
Yeah.
I met P. Troy at the games because
Okay.
I used to play We Ready on the organ all the time.
Of
and
course.
like he ran down there and was like, yo nigga, I hear you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just became friends. I met Bone Crusher. I went to an event that Michael Vick was at. And Bone Crusher was just sitting there. So I was like, Bone Crusher, what's happening? And, blah blah, my name is Sir Foster. He's like, I know who you are. I was like, shit.
Yo, when you get to that point,
I was like,
But that's why I like Atlanta. That shit can't happen anywhere
I used
else.
to see Bone
How
Crusher in the Cumberland Mall food court.
I thought like at AMC, the movie theater.
Yo, Atlanta
I
is
saw
beautiful.
I saw
place.
The Dream on like a Tuesday night, like 7 years ago at the Parkway Point. Like, I saw this nigga with his wide brim ass hat. Look at this pointy ass nigga. It turned around, this fucking Dream with some random joint. And I'm like, you the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT because he's putting in work on a random Tuesday night. I'm in town, he'll come through.
No, a sniper. He's a killer we don't talk about.
Yeah.
Bruh, thank you.
He's a killer.
He got
He's
a lot
one.
of kills on his belt.
Him, I mean, we talk about Nick Cannon kind of got put out there, but yeah, before Nick Cannon got popular, yeah, the Dream, yeah.
So Sir Foster, man. Back to that. How long has it been out for? September 6th, I see.
Yeah, like a couple of months. But I'm taking a long-term approach with it. Like, I'm gonna work this record. It's gonna be, I'm not dropping something next month. I'm gonna, focus on this one. I think you're an indie artist. It might take a little longer to get your message out there. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the necessary big push or whatever at the beginning. And I'm okay with, spending the next few months or, the next amount of time that we, until I feel like it's time to do something else. I'm okay with, taking a long-term approach to promote it. Because I think
got a
ownership
question
is
about
important.
you. Yeah, about some social shit. I see your breakdown on Spotify. Did you submit this photo?
Yeah.
How did you do that? We need to talk about this off camera.
We need to do a picture.
Yeah, I'm like, this nigga's, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Continue. I just saw that. I want to ask you that about that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're
So,
ready for you.
I just addressing stadium music, not to, you've done the Hawks games.
Yeah.
You've done the All-Star games. You
Yeah.
also do UGA games.
Yeah.
Woof, woof, woof.
Yeah.
Go Dogs, sick 'em.
Go Dogs.
Yeah, nah, fuck that.
How did you get into that? Oh, yeah, say Roll Tide doesn't agree with that, but
You can roll over there. Yeah.
roll over there.
'Cause from what it looks like, one of our teams will win the SEC championship, and one of them will not.
It got tight. The screen. I want this to get real tight. If we do an edit.
Yeah.
I'll just say this. Every dog has their day, you know what I'm saying? We'll throw it to you every now and then, but when you've been in the game for 6 years and straight,
Alright. Oh, you leaning on track record? Okay. Alright, cool.
Leaning on the
Alright,
hilarious.
some
I
Lakers
love.
shit.
Okay.
You know what's so
Some
crazy?
Laker and Yankee shit right there.
I love that like now that like college sport. I thought like college sports are bigger than like the NFL.
It's because you live in Atlanta, but
Yeah, South.
Yeah, we live
Well,
in the
other than
Southeast.
that.
We go to the Southeast.
Yeah, because in New York, we don't give
Yeah.
You gotta go over to Jersey for football or
Yeah.
upstate. But niggas just like, they do prisons and football. Lacrosse. Alright? Upstate's prison,
Shout out to my
football,
boys in
lacrosse.
Elmira, Gouverneur, Sing Sing, Attica.
Bye. So
I don't like where this conversation is going.
so how'd you get connected with UGA?
So basically, that just came. They knew about my work with the Hawks, and when I did the All-Star game, that's what.
After 5
They
years.
put you on a lot of people's radar. Was this the All-Star game in like 02, right? Atlanta?
No. I wasn't even doing this back then. That's
No.
before.
I thought the last All-Star game in Atlanta
Okay,
was
so
like
no.
02 or 03.
No,
Oh.
that's the Michael Jordan one, 03. I was younger then.
Yeah.
But so the first All-Star game I did was 2014. It was in New Orleans.
Okay.
And that's how Georgia heard about me because I got a lot of national attention after that.
Mhm.
And so they reached out like, yo, we got we doing baseball and blah blah. We have working players here. You could be a guest, whatever. And we worked it out. We did it, and the relationship just grew. The people over there were mad cool, laid back. It was a great environment, and it just grew into. Oh yeah, I do this too. Oh yeah, y'all have this too. Oh yeah, we do this too. And I didn't even think of it like that when we started. You know what I mean? But here I am a couple of years later, and now I'm playing I'm DJ for their women's basketball, men's basketball, and their football games. And if you've never been to a Georgia football game, there's nothing like that. It's
Oh,
crazy.
talk about
I've
stadium.
actually never,
I've never been.
I ain't gonna lie.
My mother graduated from UGA.
Nigga, I'm the
Shout out to black women
I'm the
graduating.
Western
Like
District
5
champion, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm 1-0 in downtown Athens.
Yeah,
But I've never been to the games.
man.
I would always go to the tailgates and
Yeah.
North Campus.
He's not
get
winning
drunk,
that.
Yeah.
get drunk, and then I would fucking go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that 7 game, and I go and I'm at Boar's Head.
Yeah.
Or I'm at fucking on the rocks.
Yeah.
Or Last Resort or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I did Athens.
Look, it's 92,000 people to fit in that
It's
stadium.
crazy.
Like the Georgia Dome only held like
Crazy.
75,000.
That's
Like
crazy.
think about how
And they're drunk.
100,000 people is
They're
crazy.
So-
drunk and crazy.
when you see, and Georgia, you come out, you got all red on.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Fromm throws the ball, DeAndre Swift catches it, or Harrion, or what's my man, Cager, or shout out to my man Kieris Jackson from Fort Valley. Any of them catch it, and it's an open field in front of you, and everybody can see this about to be a touchdown. It's like a sonic boom of sound. You've never heard anything that loud, but everybody realizes,
I feel that.
it is over.
I'm about
It
to
is
show my
over. It was like, yo, they get nuts. It is crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Now, you can hear it all throughout Athens. You can hear the roar.
yo, it's an incredible atmosphere, man. College football is a different type of fan base.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask you because you did play in college, like in the band in marching band.
So I did jazz band in 1 year in college,
Okay.
but I was more so I just went to the games.
Because I was gonna ask, was it kind of nostalgic to play for like a school like this?
I'll be
You know,
fucked up.
like fast
I
forward?
honestly be fucked up doing some football shit like that.
Like for real,
Yeah.
I would think that's like a big deal. I mean, you as a black man
Yeah,
attending the HBCU
yeah.
to be able to play for these games is a fucking big deal.
It's huge.
It is.
It's huge.
You know, I want you to just really stand in that moment because
Yeah, it is. You're right. You're absolutely right. I can tell you this.
Something to be
So
proud
I've had a couple of cool things happen along those lines.
yeah.
So I did go to Fort Valley State, so HBCU.
Mhm.
HBCU football is drastically different.
For
It is
sure.
it's a whole
It's band
different,
culture.
it's a whole different spirit.
Cancel culture.
The band might be singing.
I'm saying, but the band,
Yeah.
niggas are there for the band.
Yeah, they run
just
it, you know what I
saying,
mean?
yeah,
But like
sounds
it's also a fashion show. It's like, of course you got tailgating too, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different thing.
But it's an experience, Baychella.
It's an experience basically.
Right.
So a couple of cool things happened. Like she said, I've been really fortunate enough to be able to DJ these Georgia football games now. 100,000 people, SEC, ESPN games. We had Notre Dame coming
Yeah.
to the freaking between the hedges. The culture there is crazy. That everything about football there is just great.
Right.
I also had the opportunity, so I do my thing with the Hawks or whatever. Fort Valley alumni found out, and they were like, "Yo, this dude lives in Atlanta. He went to Fort Valley." So they reached out to me.
They had to show you
and like
love.
2-3 years ago, I actually got a chance to DJ a Fort Valley football game. I think I might have been the first time they had a DJ there. So it was really dope because you got the marching band, you got all of that, and then like I was there, and it kind of gave me a sense of pride because I went to school here. And now I get to come back and I'm contributing to the culture. I'm contributing to the football game. So I'm contributing to the energy. And so that was a real dope moment for me.
That's what's up, because they had to create like the sound system, like you'd be able to play in, and because you are multifaceted and diverse with playing your instruments and being able to DJ, so that's salute to you for sure. So let's get into the future endeavors. For Sir Foster.
Yeah.
What's coming up on the horizon? Congratulations because you still got your family going on.
Yeah, we
You have
just
a
had
wife, you have a baby.
Yeah, we just had a baby. She's 3 months old.
How long you been married for, man? Blue table talk.
Yeah, fuck all that. Yeah.
I love this. This is blue table talk.
Okay, I got married in June of 18, so what's that, a year and some...
How long you been with your
You're still a newlywed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long you been with the love of your life?
A long time.
Did she move with you?
That's a great answer.
No.
You heard that?
Yeah, hold on.
From a long time guy.
I identify with you, my brother. I'm not there. Well, you see,
Okay,
I'm not there, but
Yeah, long.
He's not.
Okay.
She from Fort Valley?
No, she is. So I actually met her when I went to Fort Valley, but we didn't date in Fort Valley. We randomly connected, a few years after that.
That's crazy.
It's just.
I know you from somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this is cool. And
So you have a child, right?
So she had a child when I met her.
Okay.
Well, when I re-met her. She had a child. So now my son is 12. And then we have a 3-month-old. So that's gonna be interesting. One's gonna be going to kindergarten, one's gonna be going to college.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be, it's gonna be interesting.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So
how was that?
Sorry. Well, I was saying retrospect, real quick. It was after you re-met once you got to Atlanta and established yourself.
Yeah.
And was like, not saying that.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, sis. You stayed down.
So,
you came back around.
Well, yeah. So it was funny. So I would say she met me at a time where I was at the beginning of establishing myself. So it was, I would say we definitely had to do some team effort things, because she was just starting vet school at the time. My wife was a veterinarian, so she was at the beginning of vet school. She was essentially a college student again. I was at the beginning of, everything. So, I was still a musician. I was still a musician out in these streets, basically. You know what I'm saying? But I had to take this gig over here.
Yeah.
It's not paying much. I'm gonna be out all night.
Freelance.
You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. So, we had some adventures. We had some ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely both had to grow together. Because it wasn't perfect.
Of course.
But we both had to grow. Yeah. But we both had to grow to that. But she didn't meet me at a time where I was just already there. Like, I had a plan. It wasn't quite really that great yet.
This
you know what I'm saying,
man? We're trying to get some salaciousness out of you, man. He's pretty fucking good.
No, this is
Miss Foster.
James Harden.
This guy is pretty fucking good, man. I'm trying to get some. Oh yeah, I was in the streets. She's an amazing lady, great provider, humble maker.
I love it. KickBack podcast, of course, we allow the platform to really understand the perception from both sides.
Yeah, man.
So for you to be in this, we talked to DJ Swamp Izzo,
okay,
a while ago, Childhood Blue Flame, and it's just amazing to see the dynamic of them maintaining the relationship while still growing their separate careers.
Yeah.
Because she does a lot. His wife does a whole lot. So that's amazing to see, and she's not necessarily in the industry as say you are. Yeah. So I commend you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I definitely applaud you for that. So music, you had an album.
Yeah.
Do you want to drop another album?
Eventually, I would love to do more. That because I like all aspects of music. So when you're playing it live, it's coming from you. That's a really good experience. But then when you're a DJ and you can literally change the entire atmosphere of the room just like
That's
that.
the best part about being a DJ.
That's an incredible experience, and it's just
Crowd
flat out
control is
fun.
crazy.
To me, the best part about that is like when you see people having a good time
Yeah,
and you're facilitating that.
yeah.
Isn't that the best feeling?
And you know what it is for me?
It's a priceless feeling.
You know what it is for me?
DJ
You're sitting there, right? And then you queuing up the next record and you make sure it's mixed in right. And then when you pull up the volume on the next record and you look out and you see the people like, oh shit, it's that one.
They clapping
And then
their
they
friends
start,
and shit.
and then
Like,
or they
okay.
start singing around. You're like, okay, I got it. Yeah, like they got it. And you know, you see one or two. It's always cause some people just keep
You
going.
gotta get that one
But
person.
you get that one person over here, like that one person right there, and they go.
This is a nigga at the bar, like,
And you like,
look at you
I
and
just
be
hit the right, you know what I'm saying? I just hit the right song at
Yeah.
the right time. Like that's that. Yeah, like, let's see if I can do it again. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Can I ask a question for DJs? No, this is good. Can I ask a question for DJs? I feel like it's harder to entertain New York guys than it is Southern people. Let me wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Here's the reason I say
I
that.
see what you're saying.
Here's the reason I asked that because
more
I
critical.
watched Shakir. We were out one night. I watched Shakir, and
Shout out to your
he
kids.
only got lit to like a Beanie Siegel song and then Nas.
See, that's what I'm saying. If
no.
I know I'm playing for New York room, that's easy. I'm playing reggae.
And so it made me ask, right, like, you know, what are you into? But me being very much from Bankhead,
Dancing the Beanie Siegel was wild, Shakir.
To be hype, the beans.
however, hold up, disclaimer, side note, I used to go dance at Compound.
That's cool. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Shakir.
Oh, but you're right, right.
That nigga is hype.
He was lit, so it was a good night. Shout out to Arm.
What we
Beat
do?
Mac.
Yeah.
Came to play.
Yeah. Stop apartment buildings. Niggas start chilling.
But no, I said to say, like, you know, I feel like it's harder to entertain up north people than southern people. And I say southern people because we're introduced to a lot of different clubs down here. You get some, if you go to Beaufort Highway, you get some like Ethiopian, African, you might get to
So-
Spanish, Latin vibe, or Piedmont.
I agree and I disagree because like people from the north, they are exposed to a lot of like that other culture. But you're right. I think southern cities are more influenced by like bass music and other more dance electronic
But
music.
Yes.
you know
what
what
I noticed is y'all niggas is quicker to dance too.
I'm saying?
Dancing
Well,
is kind of dead.
Women dance with each
Yeah.
other.
Good Rockaway was real.
Yeah.
I love that. I love step
They'll
music.
try to they'll try to dub with a shorty, but like ain't nobody like when I don't even.
But that's what I'm saying. Think about a city like Jersey. Got Jersey House. They got Baltimore House. They got Philly House. You got all these little subcultures of like techno music where like
Yeah.
break dancing,
yeah,
Harlem Shake. Like what's the last?
yeah.
Sir,
Or niggas getting light.
what,
Yeah, the 5 Gs. Like
getting hype. What would you say is like your favorite genre of music, even like to be specific? Because I know you appreciated Atlanta culture,
Yeah.
you appreciate Atlanta music, but
Yeah.
Fort Valley, you still had other influences. Like you had some Memphis people,
Oh yeah.
you had some Florida people.
Like Stax
Yeah,
records and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
was it some other like?
So I would say my personal favorites were 3-6 Mafia
Yeah,
and
of
No Limit
course.
Records.
Okay.
no limit.
Because it was something about No Limit Records. It was the beats.
Mm.
It was like they used to remake songs, but the way they would do the drums or something, it just
To me, also, No Limit. I was a little younger, so I got late. I came up on No Limit late, but like they were probably the first. Like I didn't see rap a lot, but to me, it was like the first thing is like taking the drug dealing approach to music. They drop it every week.
Right.
Niggas, somebody from No Limit dropping every week.
yeah.
And then when you look at the album cover, they tell you what's coming.
Yeah.
They show you the albums that's coming.
I remember
Yeah.
cop a Vibe magazine and you go to that.
Then
shit.
when videos were like way different, you
Yeah.
like there was no sense of like
They all
we'll
had-
need a quality.
They all had the
Just
paint
shoot
and
a
pixel.
video.
Everyone had a paint and pixel or paint
Graphic,
pixel
yeah.
logo.
Graphic, yeah.
Display.
Yeah, I used to really like them, and I think for me it started with Ice Cream Man. Like
Ooh.
the song came on with the Ice Cream Man truck music, and then she was singing before you jump in the game.
Yes.
One thing I understood. I was like, who is this? And like everything about that video, like everything he rapped, they showed in the video.
Yeah.
It was just like, yo, who is this dude? Like
Yeah.
everything about them, man. I mean, even to the point like. The people you didn't like, you liked them. Like Silk the
Yeah.
Shock. Me and Silk the Shock are always.
I
know.
It was always like
I bought Rain Man.
Yeah.
But The album was amazing. He had this album with the American Express card on it.
Yeah.
What was that?
Charge to the game.
Charge It to the Game. Every song on it was like amazing. So, you know, even, I don't know.
Free
Nobody was
BG.
just- yeah. So,
Free C
yeah,
Murder.
and Cash, you know what I'm saying? But 3 6 Mafia, like, nobody
I'm
sounded
gonna
like
keep it
that.
real. Like I went to New Orleans for like 3 months ago. And like, that's just real. Like the No Limit is like, it was like the OG. Like yeah, Cash Money probably was the biggest collective out of New Orleans, but amongst locals, No Limit was the first to really pop.
Right.
You know, it was just like it's like a pride. of it.
Before
It's
Hot
so dope.
Boys.
Yeah. Before
Yeah.
Soulja Slim and all that was No Limit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's crazy. So okay. So you know,
Question.
go ahead.
Can you read music?
Absolutely. I actually took piano lessons from 1st grade to 8th grade, so I can read music. I used to actually write
What's
music.
going on with you?
Yeah.
Because I know mad musicians that be nice, but they can't read music.
I don't have to, and I actually prefer
Like
not
by
to.
ear, like
Yeah, because at this point,
what is it about by ear that like
it's coming from
air
you.
quote real musicians like they just
So
fucking
my
bad.
mother, she's classically trained from UGA. She has perfect pitch. I just want to put that out there real quick.
That's awesome.
Shout out to mom.
But she met the guy from Chicago. Shout out to William Green.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can tell you
Improv King.
what I have learned is that when you play, like if I learn how to play a song, if I listen to the song and learn how to play it, I'm mimicking that actually closer to what they're doing on the record, and then when it's coming from me, it's gonna automatically be my interpretation. When you read sheet music, they make it easier because it's geared toward just the average person who just wants to play.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have the nuances. It doesn't have the feeling. Maybe they kind
Your
of made.
interpolation of that
Maybe
song.
they kind of made this chord and this chord a little bit easier.
Cause I was just gonna ask, like,
You know what I'm saying?
you're not Kids Bop. You don't
Yeah,
die it down.
Yeah.
You play these songs,
yeah.
and people are like, "Oh, that's that, or that's
Yeah.
that." So, do you get like a buzz even from that?
Oh yeah.
Too? Yeah. Okay. Cause I
Yeah.
know. Shout out to Playboy Cardi and Nick Camp.
Yeah.
Like I remember when you did Magnolia and all that. So like
Yeah.
he's listening.
Yeah.
And he's out here, so yeah, I feel that. I respect that, for sure.
Yeah. Well, dope. I
Two.
you know I never want to sound like I'm trying to play a song. I want to sound like I'm playing a song.
But you're like like you're live.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah.
bopping. You got the
Yeah.
whole like not to put out there, but you got the nigga bop. Like,
Yeah.
but they loved it. He's giving a show, so it's great. It's
Yeah.
great. I love it.
I can definitely give a big shout out to the Hawks for, you know, they took a chance on me. I had no sports organ experience when I came into there. I just played the songs I liked. I really didn't
How was
know.
that first day? That first day. Describe to me. Yeah, fuck all of that.
It was,
Give me that first
Yeah,
day.
and you got to end this part.
Okay,
with,
so,
like,
yeah.
the first person.
I mean,
Yeah.
the first day can be summed up. I had no clue what was going on. We show up to a production meeting. They spoke Greek for an entire 20 minutes, and I just stood there like, what are we doing? Like, I have no clue. I walk in and like it was, you know, I'm a sports fanatic. I watched the NBA. My dad was a coach, so I've watched football, basketball, baseball since I was, you know, a child. But like to be working at it and see the behind the scenes stuff, it was amazing to me that. First of all, they knew what they were gonna do 10 minutes before they did it. All right, we got this coming up. Y'all need to go ahead and get placed for this and this. Wow, this is really
Production.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of shit going on.
Yeah, some fire.
Then, like, you know, you go to when you watch TV, if they take the time
You
out,
gotta deal with the shit.
they go to the commercial.
And you gotta have entertainment in theater.
Yeah.
You gotta have niggas
You at the
balancing
stadium.
and shit.
When they take a time out, all right, time out, go dancers, go such and such. All right, we got the Home Depot commercial. I
Yeah.
was like, yo, they really like, and I guess like going to the games, I didn't pay attention to all of that. It was just, if I go to the game, all right, let's go get some popcorn. All right, let's go walk around. Let's go do this. Oh, look at that. I'm not even paying attention sometimes, but like
Or like
working it.
Next time out, we got Ryan Cameron give away some shit.
Yeah, but
You know?
working it, I was like, yo, do you see how detailed everything is? Like, that was amazing. And then, like, I remember, so my first day, I didn't know the difference between an offensive prompt and a defensive prompt. So, like, they told me, if I was to play something on defense, and I played something, they were like, Foster, that's offense. Like, no. You know what I mean? So I didn't know how to do the job at all. And I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
And they're like, Foster, no.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, and then Foster,
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, I just remember hearing that shit on TV.
They hit a break.
Yeah, but it was long story short, man. It was just a crazy experience, and to be working in something that you've watched your whole life and you realize how different it is on this side, And but what I was saying was the Hawks allowed me to grow into who I am. They never really tried to change me. They just say, okay, in order for this to work for an NBA game, you got to do these things when you do it. But you do you. They never tried to compromise the songs I was playing or tell me what sounds to pick or any of that. It was just like,
Oh,
okay,
I would
Foster,
hate that.
there was none of that. It was literally like, Foster, you good? Do you? We want to do this thing. We need to stand you right here instead of right there. You know, other than that, go ahead, do you. And they've always allowed me to be myself. And that has allowed me to grow. And I think it connects to people because they allow me to be authentic. So, you know, I've never had to compromise myself or anything, you know, like that. So shout out to them for kind of being visionaries in that and letting me do it.
You know, I want to give a shout out to you because I feel like it's a great rapping point because we've been rapping for a little bit. I don't take up too much of your time.
Yeah.
That like the people with the checks, with the checkbooks and the power, you have an opportunity to the people who don't have the resume. Because, I mean, sometimes it may not work, but sometimes it can be an amazing situation, kind of like you.
Yeah.
Because if they're not gambled on you, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, who knows?
Exactly.
And I just want people who are listening, so if you come across you're in a position of power one day, just take a chance, man. Because, like, we always talk about people not helping us out. Like, we got to help us out before other people help us out.
Right.
So, yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, and they definitely, you know, like I said, they took a chance to show love to me, and you're exactly right. And it actually, by me not having the experience and not knowing how to do it, we had to figure out our own way, which made me a completely different thing. Which gave the Hawks a unique angle, and you know, it just ended up.
I feel like it's better that way sometimes too, because like if if somebody's established, that means they have set ways that they may not be willing to compromise or sacrifice for the the greater good of the job. So sometimes it actually is to go into a situation with somebody that you actually don't know, so that you two can grow together.
Yeah, establish your own traditions, your own new way of doing things, and I think we have something that's unique to our city.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of live music players at sporting events, but B, it's like the type of music that.
And they're not black music.
Are you at every home game for the Hawks?
I'm at most home games.
Most.
I've had to do a couple other things, and there'll be a few I'll miss, but I'll be at most of the Hawks games for Hawks.
Okay.
Do you have any other things that people can see you at or like catch you out in the city other than like UGA, Hawks, Falcons?
So,
ESPN.
Yeah, so during the season, that takes a lot of my time. Like you pretty much 4 out of 7 days a week I'm at one of those places. So, during the season, is there a lot that you can see me at? No. In the off season, I try to do a little more and try to mix that with some relaxing. But I would say, the future for me is just, like I said, y'all check out my album, Stadium Music. Follow me on social media, Instagram, Sir Foster, Sir_Foster on Twitter, Sir Foster on Facebook, SirFoster.net. And the future for me is just, building on everything that I've done. I've grown it to this point. What are some things we can do that still make sense for me? What are some things that, I want to do creatively that align with what we already have?
Right.
And, like I said, my album, Stadium Music, is kind of, I'm a stadium musician, so it's a tie back to that, but it's also the space that I'm in right now, and it's just everything is working in synergy together, because now everything that I do works with the other thing that I do. So the future would be to continue to build on that.
I mean, this episode, How I Met You.
Yeah, everything.
This is
As long as
amazing.
2 minutes of your life.
Yo.
It's like good sex.
You gotta take a shorty. It was 2 minutes. It's all right.
They reset it. No, they reset it. But I just want to say thank you.
Professional crew. Shout out to the Indians, fuck Medias, Luis.
Right.
Shout out to Jordan.
Luis Jordan.
Yeah.
I want to thank Sir Foster for coming through, man.
Absolutely.
You got your Chobani in earlier. You got your games and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm about to eat another one. I'm hungry, but
I'm sure.
Hanging out with us, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming. Thank you for making this, as you said, affirmation. Things are coming. Blessings upon blessings. So thank you. And
Absolutely.
we want tickets.
Okay, well,
Come time. We'll talk about that later.
Let's do that. Let's talk later. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, man,
Shout out. KickBack Podcast gang.
A couple of things. Thank you guys for
We don't
having
got no
me.
people here FYI, so don't tell me when we're going to
Thank you guys for having me. And
Of course.
shout out to your shirt.
Yes.
Shout out to your shirt. And and it's 2 people on there. So
Yeah, I'm explaining the shirt after you talk about
okay,
it.
so 3000 big.
Of course.
What's your family?
Doc, Breeze, Backbone. So I actually know Backbone.
Same.
That's my man.
Backbone did an episode with us
That's so crazy, right?
last year.
That's so
Right,
crazy.
bro.
So I actually met him. It was random. I was at the Jazz Fest, Atlanta Jazz Fest, and he was out there.
Is he
I was
be out
"Hey,
here?"
Backbone. Yeah. Yo, still bucking. Yeah.
Still bucking
And
like
it's crazy,
5
right?
years old.
So, but I also want to shout out to KP.
Oh, come on, praise the shout to you guys.
He's a low key underground legend.
Yeah.
Because like like I don't think people really get it. Like this dude is a really incredible guy who won a Grammy award.
Right.
For, you know what I'm saying? But like you meet him, he's the coolest. You know what I'm saying? Like you would never know he's that legendary. But
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Backbone delivered this to the fruit stand.
I first
okay.
encountered KP
Correctly.
like 2002-3 when he was doing like Yellow Wolf shit.
Yeah.
So like, they were talking about him back then, like, oh man, KP's a legend, and I kept seeing him grow from there on out.
And then
like,
Kendrick and Alright.
Yeah. Yeah. So shout out to your shirt, man, because
No, Backbone, I had to. I
Yeah.
took it. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
that's some Atlanta stuff right there. So thank y'all for having me so much.
Definitely, man. Thank you
Absolutely.
for coming out. We'll follow you on all the socials.
Yeah.
and we'll tag you in all the links.
Yeah, and let me know how y'all like the music.
Oh,
Let me
yeah,
know.
for sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
We got A&R Ant over here.
Hey,
You know,
Right.
you know,
me.
Well, yeah, man, it's KickBack Podcast, guys. We will see you guys later, y'all.
Bye.
Show love. We out here.